Everyone has an opinion on this, and almost everyone is wrong. Katana versus medieval sword, the oldest debate on the internet. Thousands of forums, millions of comments, zero serious answers. Until today. We're settling this once and for all with real data, real metallurgy, and real combat. No romanticism, no fanboys, no excuses. And yes, there is a winner at the end. But the reason it wins is not what you expect. First, the rules of combat. Because this debate always fails at the same point. Nobody defines the conditions. Are we talking about the weapons alone? The warriors who use them? A one-on-one duel or a battlefield? To make the comparison fair, we're going to set up 3 categories: material, design, and real combat. One of the 2 wins each category. Then we add it up. No context, no debate, just noise. Category 1, material. The European medieval sword, depending on the era, was made from wrought iron or low to medium carbon steel. Functional, durable, produced in large quantities. A war tool designed to be made fast and at volume. The katana is something else entirely. Tamahagane steel, the material from which a traditional katana is forged, is the result of a multi-day process in which iron and carbon are fused, folded, and refined up to hundreds of times. The goal is not just hardness. It is to create a steel with 2 simultaneous properties that normally exclude each other: an extremely hard edge on the outside and a flexible core that absorbs impacts without breaking. In purely metallurgical terms, the steel of a quality katana surpasses that of most European medieval swords. Not all of them. There are notable exceptions like Toledo blades or Scandinavian swords from the Viking era. But as a general category, the katana wins on material. Point 1 to the katana. Category 2, design. This is where the debate gets complicated, because both weapons were designed to solve completely different problems. The European medieval sword, especially versions from the 13th to 15th centuries, was a versatile weapon. It could cut, it could thrust, it could be used with 2 hands or one while the other arm held a shield. It had a guard that protected the hand, a balanced weight to absorb heavy impacts, and a point designed to find the gaps in the opponent's armor. It was a total war weapon, built for a battlefield where the enemy could be wearing chainmail, metal plates, a shield, and a helmet. The katana was designed for something else. For the duel. For combat between warriors without heavy armor or with light armor. Its curve is not decorative. It distributes the force of the cut along the entire blade, maximizing damage in a fluid and fast movement. It is a weapon of surgical precision, not demolition. Which design is better? It depends on the scenario. On a European medieval battlefield, against full armor, the medieval sword wins without question. The katana was not designed to pierce steel plates, and in that context, it loses. But in the conditions it was designed for, a duel without heavy armor, the katana is superior. Faster on the first cut, more precise, and the sustained edge is better. Since this video compares the weapons in direct duel conditions, which is how almost everyone frames the debate, this category is a technical draw with an advantage to the katana in draw speed and first contact. 1.5 to the katana, half a point to the sword. Category 3, real combat. This is where almost every YouTube video fails. They cite theories, they cite experts, but they don't talk about what actually happened when these weapons were used for real. The European medieval sword was used in wars for centuries. The Crusades, the 100 Years' War, the Reconquista. It was the weapon of knights who fought in formation, against other armored knights, in battles where endurance mattered as much as the edge. The katana was used in feudal Japan during the Kamakura, Muromachi, and Sengoku periods. In duels between samurai, in ambushes, in precision combat where the first blow decided the outcome. The art of yaijutsu, the draw and cut in a single movement, exists precisely because the katana was designed to end a fight before the opponent can respond. Historical records of real katana combat document cuts that pass through 2 bodies in a single movement. The edge of a well-maintained katana is capable of cutting silk falling freely under its own weight. That is not legend. That is the physics of the edge. The medieval sword was not designed for that. It was designed to last through long combat, to withstand repeated impacts, to keep functioning after blocking dozens of blows from other swords and war axes. In prolonged and brutal combat, the medieval sword holds up longer. In fast and decisive combat, the katana finishes first. And here is the key that nobody mentions. In a duel between two warriors without heavy armor, the fight is rarely long. The first clean cut almost always decides the outcome. And in speed and quality of the first cut, the katana has no rival. Point 2. The katana. Final result. Material, katana. Design in a duel, katana. Decisive combat, katana. The katana wins. But with one condition you cannot ignore. It wins in the conditions it was designed for. A duel without full armor, speed over endurance, precision over volume. Take that katana out of that context, put it on a 14th century European battlefield against a knight in plate armor, and it loses. No question. That does not make it inferior. It makes it specialized. And in its specialty, it is the finest edged weapon humanity has ever made. The medieval sword is an all-terrain vehicle. The katana is a scalpel. And in a clean duel, the scalpel always wins.